Hello and welcome to Simply Football. You're watching FC Goa TV on Prudent and I'm Neeraj Prabhu. Sergio Lobera's boys seem to have got the dose of their own medicine as Jamshedpur FC toyed with their team and scored a 4-1 victory in the ISL-5 on Thursday night. What a game it was. If you are neutrals though, but if you are FC Goa fans, I know how you would feel right now because we all are a little bit disappointed with what transpired at the furnace. Sergio Lobera has admitted that this is the worst performance of FC Goa since he became the head coach of the Goan franchise last year, and truly so. As the expert here, we have, as always, former India striker Francis de Souza will definitely agree with Lobera. A really difficult time as a fan of FC Goa last night as they went down by 1-4 to Jamshedpur FC.
Neeraj, it's not about the defeat. It's not about the margin of defeat. But it's about the way the FC Goa players went about this game. They were very well, their star forward was missing. And it was left up to them to gear up and take the challenge and play football to prove that, you know, nobody is indispensable. I think one player, what Lobera says is the absence of Koro cannot be attributed to the defeat that they have got. But I think you can see the body language, you can see the attitudes, you can watch what happened in the game. There was no approach to the game in a different way, considering they didn't have their star forward, and lethargic football. What they are known to is keeping the ball and playing the tiki-taka football.
Right.
That wasn't there. We haven't seen anything happening of that decade. And in my opinion, I think 90% of the players on the field were having a bad day on the field. So I think the score what Jamshedpur achieved was the right index of the game yesterday.
So you agree that it was the worst performance by the Goas since Lobera became the coach?
Yes, every individual player failed to perform, and it's all individual players performing that makes the core of the team, and that results in the success, and that was responsible.
Absolutely. FC Goa ह्या गेमीन गेल्ले 3 कन्सेक्युटिव्ह जैतांच्या फाटीर जाल्यार जमशेदपूर एफसीन 4 कन्सेक्युटिव्ह ड्रॉ जोडिल्ल्यो ह्या मॅचीन येवच्या पयलीं आनी ते ह्या गेमीन गेले 5 चेंजीस तांणी केल्यो. तांचो कोच सिनियर सेजार फेरांदो ताची वर्सां 59 आनी ताणें 5 चेंजीस केल्यो आनी तातूंतल्यो 3 चेंजीस डिफेन्सान आशिल्ल्यो. Any team coming to face the fearsome FC Goa, the free-scoring FC Goa, do you think they would have made 3 changes to their backline when facing a team as dangerous as FC Goa? And he did it. Ferrando did it.
Yeah, that's the maturity of the coach. That's the experience of the coach, and that's the outlook of a coach. I mean, you wouldn't dare to make 3 changes in the defense line against a high-scoring FC Goa team. Although Koro wasn't there, yeah. But Bomos, Bedia, Jackie Chan, they were even very powerful players who could score goals. So it's creditable for the coach Cesar to take a chance like this and, you know, come up victorious.
Do you think he shored up his backline by bringing in those 3 new players in defense? Because in the last game they had considered 2 late goals against Kerala Blasters, and that meant that they had to settle for a draw. So he got in the players that he thought would do the job against FC Goa, and in that way he had the balance in attack as well, because he's also a Spanish coach. So he knows the formula of attacking with a balance in defense.
Yeah, I think you could understand. For me, they looked a very fit team, yes. Very compact team, very fit team who played together yesterday and with the determination. I mean, it was the determination factor that made the difference. They wanted to get better of FC Goa, and whoever was given a chance rose to the occasion and delivered what the coach strategy was, and it was very evident whenever FC Goa had the ball, the numbers fell back behind the ball, and that's where they nullified all the midfield dominance of FC Goa.
ह्या मॅचीन फेरान कोरोमिनास नाशिल्लो. कोरोमिनासान ह्या ISLान 4 मॅचीन 6 गोल मारल्या. पोरूय ताणें गोल्डन बूट जिखिल्लो. सो कितलो महत्वाचो हो प्लेयर हे आमकां काल कळत आसतलें. ही ताजी पयली मॅच जी तो FC गोवा खातीर खेळूंक शकूंक ना एका रेड कार्डा खातीर. As you pointed out, FC Goa had undesired body language, lethargic football. So do you think that probably missing Koro was one of the maybe factors that led Goa to having this negative body language?
I was very certain that this would have a very big psychological effect on the team members, and how they would take it was one had to wait and watch to see this match. And as I said earlier, I mean, you could see it was evident. The psychological pressure was there. But then it is left up to every individual to rise up to that level and play the football.
Sure.
I mean, that determination never came to them. And there were players who were off color for the last 60-70 minutes. And I think the coach never bothered even to send in another replacement in whom he has confidence in. Or if he doesn't have confidence, he would not field those boys. So I think, look at the number of balls they gave away at the top of the box, which created danger again and again. And like I said last time, the defense is always fragile. I mean, if you have good players, they will capitalize, and that's exactly what happened. And you know, Neeraj, when everybody doesn't play well, there is always lack of confidence in visual on the ground, and that's what happened even with the goalkeeper. Whenever he came out, he was always double-minded and lacked confidence to come out boldly. Even Lenny was totally off color yesterday. He had even Mandar, Lenny,
absolutely.
Palanka was totally out of the match.
It seemed like only Murtada Fall was a little bit in control, but others were not there at all.
So the absence, psychological pressure showed on them. But I think everybody has quality in that team. There is a certain amount of quality which they should have delivered at their level at least. And that's what is disheartening.
Right. So, Koro जेन्ना ह्या गेमीन खेळूंक ना, तो Koro खातीर रिप्लेसमेंट कोण हो सगळ्यांक प्रश्न आशिल्लो. आनी ताजे आन्सर लोबेराक दिसले की मिगुएल पालांका जो एक्स रियल मॅड्रिड प्लेयर हा तो त्या पोझिशनार खेळूंक शकतलो असो. आनी पालांकाक ISL 5 आनी तो न्यू सायनिंग आशिल्ल्यान ताज्या करियरांतली पयली स्टार्ट मेळ्ळी. बट पालांका seemed to have done nothing notable. What do you think is the problem there? Does he look like he's playing out of position? He has no clue of taking those positions that Koro took.
I mean, see, for me, it is all about competitive football. It's about getting into the tournament proper. You may be playing, you may be a good player, you may be playing best football, you may have a history of playing good football.
He had scored 2 goals though, coming on as substitute.
So it's about competitiveness and how you how you can get yourself into the game as quickly as possible. Professional players get into the game very quickly, and somehow yesterday we couldn't see Palanka getting into that rhythm. He couldn't have that rhythm which the coach was aware of. So since the coach knew Palanka's history and his potential, I think he persisted with him. But then, like he said, his theory was always attacking football. And then he brought in Brandon to keep the attack, to nullify the attacks on his goal. But that didn't work, and they kept on conceding goals.
He replaced Lenny with Brandon probably, and then FC Goa conceded 2 goals. Lenny also was, as you said, off color, and he could provide no protection to the defense as a defensive midfielder. So what was Brandon's role there when he came in?
In fact, I think by bringing Brandon in place of Lenny was the motive of getting midfield possession, which they normally have, and then they attack. So since that was not happening with Lenny being totally out of court, he thought that Brandon, being a ball player, he has the capacity of holding on to the ball. I think that midfield dominance would come back again, and then they could come back into that scoring. But somehow that never happened.
And they scored, Jamshedpur scored 2 goals in 2 minutes in 77th and 78th 8th minutes for a 4-1 victory. Well, talking more about defense, you have to talk about Mandar Rao Desai's position now in this team. He is an attacking player. He has been a winger and he looks more comfortable in that position. Now, as this experiment of Mandar playing in the left back continues, he looks out of his depths. Clearly, he had no clue when the rival wingers are running at him at their pace and getting the better of him. Do you think Lobera should really think about his tactics now going forward?
Yeah, I think Mandar is a makeshift left back. Normally, he would play a defensive midfielder and try to attack on the left wing. But yesterday, if you could see the ball coming from that flank, being passed in the middle of the goal, in front of the goal, and the goalkeeper misjudging the timing of his interception. I think Mandar, if you had watched the match, Mandar wasn't looking at the man coming behind him. He was totally focused on the ball. And these are the few mistakes that happened. You are not a natural defender, so you don't have peripheral vision to look at your man who is running behind you. You know, so, and if you see his body position, he had his body facing towards the central area of the field. So he didn't realize that the gap and the ball could go when the player was moving. And that's where clever Sido has put the ball brilliantly in gap between him and Sana for the attacker to go and pass the ball to Jamshedpur FC forward to score the goal.
Right. Usually a very consistent performer, right back Saritan Fernandes. He also was looked off colour, and Michael Susairaj of Jamshedpur was really too hot to handle for Saritan.
No, it's true that once you don't get your hold on the game, if you don't get the rhythm that your team always enjoys, you know, you are always double-minded. And I thought Sheraton was a little bit of in a situation where he is always double-minded, and that's what happened. He got his foot. In fact, the ball which was passed, he deflected it.
Yes,
he deflected it
into the path of
the Susairaj. And I thought that if he was thinking intelligently every time and he was alert, he could have played it back to the goalkeeper, like a back pass. But that never happened. He tried to clear the ball.
Right.
And Susairaj was very quick in anticipating the movement. And that's where, Susairaj got in. And then, like I said, the goalkeeper always has his double mind when he's not his day to come out and intercept the ball. So in the 1v1 situation, I think Susairaj got better of Nawaz.
Right, very exciting talent there developing in Indian football, Michael Susairaj of Jamshedpur FC. Let's now watch all the highlights and then come back and discuss more as Francis is here in our studio. Right then, if you are a neutral or if you are a Jamshedpur fan, you would have loved this game. It was a tremendous entertainment. What an exhilarating match that was. Susairaj, 24-year-old, great talent coming up. He is a Tamil Nadu player. Last year he was playing in the I-League. Now he's here in ISL for all of us to enjoy his game.
Yeah, he's been playing consistently in the last 3 games. He was in the scoring sheet the earlier match also, and he has done brilliantly well in scoring these 2 goals for this match. And I thought that's what our Indian footballers have to do. Whenever the opportunity comes, you got to prepare yourself mentally, physically, technically, and try to prove yourself. And creditable for Susairaj to come from I-League and prove yourself in your maiden entry into the ISL. That you are not far behind the best that are performing in the ISL.
It really opens the door for all the I-League players now, and they will have to aim at what Susairaj has done. Great motivation for I-League players now in the season.
Yes, Neeraj, that's what we have competitions for. And you graduate, you want to prove yourself on another platform, and this is the best example for all others to follow. I mean, you given the chance, you got to prove yourself, and it's all left up to you. I mean, it's nothing got to do with the coach or the team that you play. It's your individual brilliance that will take you places.
Right. FC गोवाक केन्नाय हरयले जाल्यार चडशे लोक म्हणटाले की गोलकीपरान कितें ब्लंडर केला काय कितें म्हणून अशें फाटीं घडलां खूब. एक हिस्ट्री आसा FC गोवाचे गोलकीपर तितले बरे ना हें आमी पळयलां. पूण कालची जी 4-1 जो जैत आहा जमशेदपुराचो हातून आमचो यंग गोलकीपर मोहम्मद नवाजाची खूब कमी मिस्टेकी आहा. थोड्यो मिस्टेक्स केल्यो पूण त्यो तितल्यो कॉस्टली थारूंक ना आनी ताणें थोडे सेव्हजूय बरे केले. ही पुल्ड ऑफ सम अमेझिंग सेव्स टू स्टार्ट विथ. वन ऑफ दॅट फ्री किक वॉज अ ट्रिमेंडस सेव. Otherwise, it could have been more humiliating for FC Goa.
Yeah, I think we would have considered the goal very early in the match.
Second or third minute.
And he shows brilliant performance in parts. But I think it's a learning curve that he is undergoing. We only hope that he gets better and better, so that FC Goa benefits with the fragile defense. Because he is the last defender there.
Absolutely.
And if he comes good, I mean, FC Goa will only benefit.
Only thing he has to do is control his over enthusiastic attitude. Only as a youngster, it's natural, that nervous energy. But Fall on one occasion was very upset that Nawaz had rushed out of his position too early and allowed that chip to happen.
Yeah, that's what happens, like I mentioned earlier,
yes.
When the whole team is not performing.
Right.
I mean, the confidence level is
it's
always...
the communication that
it's the communication. It's the confidence.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, nothing succeeds as much as confidence does. It's the split-second decisions that makes the difference between a goal and a save. And I think when you see the whole team collapsing, I mean, it's natural for a youngster, 18-year-old, to be mentally disturbed and taking little time in his decision making.
Right. So now what FC Goa has to do is pretty simple. They have to come back home and get back to their winning ways, as now waiting for them will be Delhi Dynamos, and that game will take place on November 8th, that is Thursday. And this is your opportunity to get to Fatora if you are lucky few and you participate in our FC Goa Prudent quiz. And this is your question for match day 3 in Goa of the ISL 5.
Grab a chance to support your favorite team in 5th edition of India Super League. Answer this simple question and 5 lucky winners will win couple passes. Which new player from FC Goa has a link with Real Madrid? Option A, Miguel Palanca. Option B, Carlos Pena. Option C, Jackie Chan Singh. SMS your correct answer, type FC space your option space your name space taluka and send it to 777-404411. Contest closes on 6th November at 7 p.m. Winners will be announced on our Facebook Prudent page. So Goa, let's football with your favorite channel Prudent.
Well, I'm sure you all will participate because you want to come and cheer FC Goa to winning ways again. A big game now, and this comes in the Diwali period, so we all will be hoping for FC Goa to spread Diwali cheer all over Goa.
I think they will take this defeat very seriously. They have to gear up, they have to think positively. That is history now, so they have to look ahead. And it's always happens with professional footballers. You put the past behind and you want to prove once again that you have quality with you and you can produce the results. And I think that's what they will have to do.
As a coach, do you take any drastic decisions? You think hard and change a lot in this team, or any positives that you would take from Jamshedpur game?
No, I think as a coach you will not temper with your team too much. You will not try to do a lot of chipping and chopping, because I think like Lobera says, his philosophy is attacking.
Yes.
And I think he will go with the same set of players. In fact, if Koro is back, I think the confidence also will grow, and I think they will come back to winning ways.
But definitely some tough talking will happen, and the players need to get rid of any complacency if there has been going into the last game.
I think the tough talking has happened during the practice matches here, practice sessions, I think. So by that time, I think the coach has sent the message very clearly to the players what he is expecting in the next match. So it's going to be positive talk in the dressing room, and what he will be expecting is results, and the same football they are capable of playing.
Right. दिल्ली डायनामोज हांगा खेळपाक येता म्हणल्यार एक गजाल गोंयकारांक खूब इंट्रस्टाची आसतली ती म्हणल्यार आदलो फॅन फेवरेट रोमियो फर्नांडीस आसतलो तो दिल्लीक खेळटा सो इन सम कॉर्नर ऑफ युअर हार्ट डू यू ऑल्सो वॉन्ट टू सी वॉट रोमियो इज अप टू नाव?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's part of Goa, and you always have a soft corner for a Goan footballer. Maybe he's playing any part of the world. You'll always have that soft corner for him. And I think Goan fans will be eager to watch him play against FC Goa and how good he gets on that particular day. Maybe they want him to score goals also against FC Goa. They wouldn't mind that, I think, for sure.
If he's given a start.
If he's given a start. So I think we should have a good game at hand.
Absolutely. We are all hoping for real fireworks that day in the festival period of Diwali, and we all will be rooting for FC Goa for sure. Thank you, Francis Bob, for being here with us as always.
A pleasure.
So there you go, FC Goa still there in the top 4, still have the chance to get to the top of the table if they win that match and other results go their way. Still early days, and we are expecting the Gors to come back on track and gift us a victory in the Diwali week. Thanks for watching, and keep tuned into Prudent for continuous coverage of FC Goa's campaign in ISL 5 on FC Goa TV. Goodbye for now.